Cool. So like when you did the gathering, I know like it was like a rough time for like rock and metal and stuff around the 90s with all the
You
shoegazing stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
But you guys kept going. I thought they were still really good albums. I still getting your albums, I'm probably just like a lifelong fan anyhow. But then I said when you had the gathering, you had James came in and Dave, it did feel like the change came in like another a second gust of wind. And it feels like you guys have been riding high on that ever since.
Well, that record, I think, is where we kind of really found our identity because we did 6 records on with Atlantic Records from Megaforce onto Atlantic. So I think when we had the original band before Alex left, we had Atlantic with A&R guys looking for singles, and we'd always create these ballads for MTV or radio. And it's like, that's not what we're about, but that's kind of what the
Yeah.
label. So I think once Alex was gone and we had one more record, which is the Low record, we were kind of like, man, this is the last record and music's not like it was. We were a little angry and trying to experiment, especially me doing like a song like Dog Face Gods where I sang like death all the way through. And some fans hated it and some fans loved it. So I'm like, okay, well, there's something
I
to
loved it.
it. Was great. And Gene Hoglan came in and added that extra pep to it, and Eric just the riffage. So because I actually tried to sing on that record and it's like, no, it just didn't feel right. When I put the death vocal on it, it's like, okay, this feels right for these songs. But when we came into the gathering, it was the first record where Eric, because he used to always write songs with a drum machine and have it mapped out and say, here you go, drummer, check it out, do your thing on it. That record, Dave didn't want to do a demo. He just said, just play, Eric, just jam. And Eric just really got to focus on the riffs and not think about the drum parts so much. And so I think Dave did some things. I think Eric, because he's a black metal, he's influenced by that and loves that. He actually introduced some blast beats into the music then and some different styles of singing for me. And I think after coming out of the Demonic record, I was like, man, those tours were brutal on my voice. I want to just kind of get back to maybe trying to do it all. So when I did the gathering, I really kind of found myself. And I think musically with Dave's influence with Eric and them songs that they created, I think right there, we're like, okay, this is our identity. This is kind of who we are. And then I get sick, of course. And then at that point, I didn't think I was actually going to play music again because, I lost my hair and everything and just looked in the mirror and didn't see myself as an entertainer. I was just trying to beat cancer. And once I beat it, I was like, okay, now what? And fortunately, we had an opportunity to do a reunion with the original guys. Then that kind of changed everything for the band. We're actually like blessed, fortunate that we're looking at it as like, wow, we're getting an opportunity because I didn't think I'd have one to actually
Yeah.
do it with the original guys and maybe finish something we all started. And we're kind of writing for ourselves. And just jamming and having fun on tour. And then when it came time to write the first record with Alex, we weren't really focused on what people or critics thought of it, because when we always write, you always think of that, like, is this too soft? Or what are people going to think of this slower melodic song? And none of that mattered anymore. We're just going, look, we're getting this opportunity to do this. Do we like it? Yeah, this feels good. Let's just play for ourselves. And that was the beginning of like all this, the records up